Well, Helen Raptis, as we told you earlier, just sold her house. She's getting ready to make the big move, but before even one box is packed, she recruited the help of our Vicki Norris with restoring order. Helen needs to restore a little order in her life. Take a look.
All right, now is the time people are thinking about, they put their house on the market, they get ready to move and all that. And when you consider what it takes to move, it's not about the packing that we worry about, really. It's about organizing, moving a whole family from one house to another. And luckily, I've got Vicki Norris with Restoring Order, and you're helping me because I'm about to go through this move. And you know how disorganized I am. So you said, Helen, I'll give you some tips.
That's right. And moving is hard. It's overwhelming, and people just
completely overwhelming.
Totally crazed in the process. And it doesn't have to be that way.
Okay, so you said we've got a plan, Helen, which
That's
you know
right.
I'm not good at planning. So we sat down and tell me about it. Tell folks how easy it is to really work out the plan.
Okay, well, great. What we did is we basically just set out your blueprints. And we got out some pictures, and we looked at the whole planning process of how we wanted to use your space once you got into your new home. And that's a really good, important tip, is just to go ahead and decide how you want to use your future space.
Well, you had me draw a picture, floor by floor, of the house that we're looking at getting.
That's right. So that's what I mean. You just kind of want to draw out a little blueprint of each floor and how you might want to use that space. So do you really want to use the bonus room as a bonus room, or do you want to use it as an exercise area? Asking those questions and going through the process of seeing how much room you really do have.
Okay. And then it was, you went through the house and you kind of gave me little tips as you called it a discovery. Explain what you mean by that.
Okay, well, we went into your closet and had a great time finding all kinds of things. There was a skull in there. What was that all about?
Oh, it was a present. It's too hard to explain. I have wacky friends.
Presents.
Yes, wacky friends.
We found a turtle. We found all kinds of things. We just walked through your house and really did a discovery process of what is in the current house and where it's going to end up in the destination home.
And it's tough because we've been here almost 11 years, 10, 11 years, and I think families go through the same thing. Now's the time you need to also throw things out.
Yes, this is a great time to call a junk service, to get your donations ready, and just purge. And doing the house tour will really help you see what you've collected in all of those remote areas.
All right, so then we went to the kitchen, and that was something else too, because you made me organize according to type.
That's right. That's right. Well, first we had our donate and our trash bag, if you remember. But then as we pulled things out, we really wanted to group all small appliances together, and we wanted to group all plastics together so we could see how many plastics you were collecting.
Apparently I was collecting way too many plastics.
Yogurt cans, or bins, and all that fun stuff.
Can you ever have too much Tupperware, Vicki?
Oh, yes you can.
Yeah, because you
Clean yourself of all the stuff you get at the stores, and just keep the nice stuff, and make sure you have the matching lids and all that. And then appliances and like items, you can really see when you see all your appliances together, do I really need this now?
Right.
And then you can make some decisions. Rather than item by item, you see everything by type.
Okay.
And that will help you purge along the way.
That actually did help going through that process. That was a good one. And then you said, think of how when you box things up, that not only do you have to think of what's in the box, but where it's going to go.
That's right. Because in your new home, you're going to have something you've never had before, which is a little place to do your artwork.
Right.
So that is going to be so much fun. So that's a place we don't have in this home.
Right.
And so we want to purpose that space. So as we're taking things out that might relate to that activity, then we're going to go ahead and purpose it for the new room with the new destination. Instead of just putting it all in a box, we're going to know where it's going to land.
Well, as you pointed out, I have this one dresser that I filled with all the pictures because when you go to show a home, you have to take personal pictures off. So I put all the personal pictures in this huge dresser. And then I thought, well, where am I going to put that once it gets to the new place? Because I'm not going to want to put everything up right away.
That's right. And the dresser might not contain the same things in the future. So you want to pull out all photos, put photos together. And this is a great tip, too. If you have a multi-level house, assign a color to each level because you're going to have many hands helping you move. So white means main floor, red means the basement, and then put the room where its destination
this is actually that box of photos that we were just talking about. And so this was going to go into that, what we call the craft room with all the photos, and until I decide where I really want to put everything.
That's right.
And this was going to be on the lower level, on the basement.
If folks at home have a smaller home with fewer rooms, they can actually assign a color to each room. Because when people are helping you, things can get out of control. And you don't want just boxes dumped in the living room. You want it to go into the destination room. Right.
And actually, here's the yellow. This was for the top floor. And I think this is a good idea because when you've got everyone juggling the boxes, then they know, oh yeah, white's the main floor. That's a really good way to do it. I like that.
Yeah,
really.
I think it's a great tip. This whole process is about de-stressing the move process.
Okay, and one other thing that you mentioned was this, and because we have to fill out our change of address form, right? I mean, we go to the post office and we fill these out, but you say no.
Yeah, you actually don't have to. You can fill out we've moved cards and send them to the people that you care about. Of course, let your utility companies know, let your friends and family know, but otherwise, this is how junk mailers track you and trace you.
Really? So don't fill this out if you want to keep getting junk mail.
Don't fill this out if you don't want junk mail.
Right.
Go ahead. Metro produces a Say No to Junk Mail piece. We give this to all of our clients.
Idea.
It's a great way to avoid the junk mailers.
Okay, and you know, Vicki, I have to say, you've really helped me out in this.
Oh,
we're
I'm
getting
so
the
glad.
boxes all together. I'm feeling more organized. I know where it's going to go. Oh, one last tip you mentioned was make sure that you tell folks the things that you don't need, they go into the house first.
That's right. We start with the infrequently used items when you're planning a move, furniture that you're not going to use, maybe from a guest room, appliances that you don't use. Get those packed first and then save the clothing and items you use all the time for the last.
My husband's really looking forward to moving the piano. See, this is going to be the first thing we move. I have the red here because it's going to go in the basement. Luckily for him, it's not going to go up to the third floor. But it's things like this that, you know, we're not going to need the piano to play. We just need to get it over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Vicki.
Absolutely.
Restoring Order, of course, go to restoringorder.com, and we'll have a link from our website to yours. As always, you have helped me out immensely.
All right.
I'm de-stressed. You know, we'll have more of AM Northwest in a little bit. Otherwise, back to you.